I just gotta say, I hate these curtains, man. Oh my God, these are terrible. But, hey, I can take them down right. Hey, this is Mr. Cinnamon Junkie here, and I'm here to do an entry for Carry the Zeros contest. And he has a very interesting contest. Um, I've never even thought of this kind of a question, and it's a really interesting question. It really made me think. You know, I mean, I've had people say, "Oh, tell me the first movie you've ever seen." Okay, that's an easy one. Uh, Tell me what movie you'd like to see remade. No, I got plenty of those. But never have I thought about a movie that I didn't like, and then for whatever reason, watched it again and still didn't like it. Never even considered that. Usually when I don't like a movie, chances are I'm not going to watch it again. And as I sat there thinking about it, I'm like, have I done that? Have I actually had a movie that I was like, man, this movie sucked ass? And then decided, I think I'll watch it again. It's like having spoiled milk. It's like, the milk went bad. Put it in the refrigerator. Maybe it'll be fresher tomorrow. So, I mean, it would have been easier to say, okay, there's a movie I saw that I didn't like, and then I watched it again, and for some reason I must have missed something the first time around, and I actually liked it. I have a few movies like that. But this one, ooh. But I was actually able to come up with two, and believe me, this isn't easy because one of them I'm afraid to admit that I watched more than once. Yeah, it was that bad. But let me start with the first one, because this is one that's on everybody's hot list. Oh my God, how people just come out in droves. They're like, you don't understand, man. You don't know his vision, man. Like, I don't care what his vision was. The first time I saw this movie, I was like, okay, that wasn't any good. Or it wasn't as good as it should have been. That was my overall opinion. I was like, nah, doesn't do it for me. And I think like a month later, after a little coaxing, I gave it another shot. And I watched it again. This time with a little more open mind, knowing what was coming up, knowing what was happening, knowing what was going on, knowing what was going to happen. I said, okay, let me look at it for what it's worth and really try to keep an open mind here. And I hated it even more after the second time I saw it. And that movie, ladies and gentlemen, is Rob Zombie's Halloween. And go ahead, say it. Tell me how I just don't understand how Rob Zombie put a whole new dimension on the franchise, how what he was trying to do. I know what he was trying to do. It's not a super big mystery what he was trying to do. I know he was trying to make it like, Michael Myers had this backstory and this is why he became who he was. But the thing is, and don't get me wrong, a lot of people understand where I'm coming from and thank you for that. But some people don't understand my problem with that. And it's the same thing with like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Which surprisingly, I liked that movie. I actually liked it, but there's just little things that I don't dig. And one of those things I don't like is when they give too much backstory to my villain. When Leatherface got a name, I was kind of like, oh, shit, he's got a name. And this is why he is what he is. And this is why he gets skin to wear, because his own skin is damaged from disease. And the poor little bugger, he was born on a butcher shop floor, and well, hell, he was just destined to be the lap dog of whoever took care of him. Poor thing. I don't want to do that. I don't want to sympathize with my villains. Did the same thing with Jason Voorhees. Although with Jason, they just kind of retold the same stories. I wasn't too bad on that one. But Michael Myers was something altogether different. From the original Halloween, Michael Myers was a kid who just one day decided, you know what, my sister looks better dead. And he went in and he aced her and then comes out of the house. And the whole time, maybe I was just distracted by what was going on, but I had no idea it was a little kid doing that. And that'll freak you out when you're a little kid yourself. You're kind of like, man, my friends could probably snap and do that one day. So then later, Dr. Loomis is talking about, oh, I've watched him, for the past however many years, and he never spoke. He never said a word. He just sat there, looking beyond the wall, thinking of this night. That's deep, man. That's some deep shit. But then Rob Zombie came away and stripped all the mystique from it, and he's like, Dad was a drunk, and Mom was a stripper with a heart of gold, and kids picked on him, and oh, poor kid, of course he was just angry all the time, and he would act out and abuse animals, and he's not bad, he was made to be that way. I don't want to hear all that. Shit, get him some treatment, put him on some Prozac, How do you get so big? That's what I want to know. Little toe-headed kid, and all of a sudden he's this hulking maniac. Didn't dig it. Sorry. Second time I dug it even less. I was just kind of like... And I think the reason I didn't like it the second time I saw it was because it reminded me of everything I didn't like about it, basically. And it really drove the point home. I thought maybe I missed something. But he just took characters that were very near and dear to me. He made Laurie Strode this very lifeless, two-dimensional shit. And Dr. Loomis, who was this ultra-cool, badass doctor, all of a sudden he just became this unlikable prick. Didn't care for it, man. Just totally screwed up my vision of what I liked about Halloween. So that's one. The Michael Myers Michael Myers remake. The Rob Zombie remake of Halloween. That was one. The second one is the one that I'm almost like, maybe I should just leave this off the list, because if anybody knows that I saw this movie more than once, hoping it would get better, they'd probably want me to get checked. But here goes nothing. The movie was, right from the get, bad. Just no motivation, very sloppy. The ideas were asinine and half-assed and just, for lack of a better term, just very stupid. And it didn't get any better as the movie progressed. And the thing is, it was a remake, and the funny thing was the original got panned pretty bad too. So, but then when you compare the two together, you're like, oh, well, the original had it together. The original was right on point. This movie blows. Oh my God, does it blow. And this movie I speak of is the Day of the Dead remake. Zombies crawling on walls are not scary. They're ridiculous. I can deal with running zombies. Never had a problem with a running zombie. Everybody thinks that Running Zombie started with the Dawn of the Dead remake, which was an excellent remake. So, oh no, running zombies don't run. They've been running since 1985, since Return of the Living Dead. So I had no problem with a running zombie. But zombies who crawl up walls and across ceilings, no, I'll pass. And scenes like when they're searching the house and a body falls from behind a curtain that seems to be on a wall for some reason. Not across a window, from what I remember, but just across a wall. But even if there was a window there, why was the body behind the curtain? Did the zombies come in and kill him and say, quick, hide behind the curtain for someone sees him because they'll blame us? Retarded. Just retarded. The whole thing was just dumb. My camera's running out of power and I don't feel like reshooting this. So, to sum it up, Rob Zombie's Halloween and the Day of the Dead remake. Two movies that I was sorry that I saw once,